Welcome to the Winter's Tackle Box, brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. We just wrapped up the second stop of the Alabama Industrial North Division on Guntersville Lake. Joined here with the winners, Stephen McAvoy, Josh Butts, 29.55 pounds. Guys, great job. Tell me what your game plan was when you left the dock this morning.
The game plan was to go see if there was a spot open on a place we like to fish. Being a lake boat, we didn't think we'd have a chance of the spot being open, and we pulled up and it was open. It's meant to be.
Okay. So you got on the spot you wanted to start on. How long did it take you to start catching fish when you got there?
3 casts. About third cast.
Okay.
4th, 5th, somewhere in there.
Okay. What size was that fish?
6.
It's a
Right at 6.
Yeah.
You're starting off right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially when we really wanted to at least catch 3 before we started running stuff that we did in practice.
Right. So you caught the first fish real quick. How long did it take, to kind of get rolling and to get close to your limit?
We had a limit by 8 o'clock.
Okay.
7:45. We had a limit and just had to start building off of that.
Okay. Your first limit, what do you estimate that may have weighed?
17, 16,
Okay.
17.
Okay. So you still had quite a bit to grow. You obviously grew it throughout the day. So what did you have to move, or did you stay in one very specific?
No, we moved, but it was real crowded, and it kind of fished real small. Right. So after they stopped biting for an hour and a half, we was like, let's go. We got to run some more stuff in practice. And then when wind didn't blow, so fish wouldn't react, so we left and went and hit some more stuff that we ended up culling out.
Okay. What time of day was your last cull?
Last cast. Yeah, it was 4:25, and we was about to pick the trolling motor up, and I was gonna make one more cast, and I was reeling up, and it locked up.
I was putting everything up, and he's like, net. And I was like,
yeah.
And the net was already put in the sleeve. Yeah.
Okay. So it's Guntersville.
Right.
You never know what it's going to take to win on this lake, but you know it's going to be a good weight. So you guys obviously had a good weight before your last cull, but you were still working real hard trying to get everything you could.
Yeah. That's it.
So all right, let's talk a little bit about the bait you used. What were the baits you were catching these fish on?
Just swim bait, just your standard swim bait. Really any kind. But it's just confidence, really. And just a standard 6 inch, it's not really special,
okay.
Really.
What color were you throwing?
We was going in between like a chartreuse, and then we caught a couple on the chartreuse, big ones, and then they'd stop, and and then just natural after that.
In these places where you're making repeated casts, is it important to maybe change colors or change the bait a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit,
Change your cadence.
Absolutely.
Because you have to find out from hour to hour, the fish may want it different, faster, higher, lower. So we just change it up constantly.
Okay. These are areas, these fish are probably kind of roaming around anyway. They're kind of moving in times. Do they come in groups, or you think they come in as kind of singles?
I think it's groups.
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
Were you using any kind of live scope or any of that?
Yeah, some, but a lot of the, being with this wind, you had to stay spot locked. I mean, you can't really live scope a lot, but in practice, doing a little bit of live scope, stuff.
But when you got a really good idea of where you can catch a fish, then it's not as
right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're there. You just have to fish it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this swim bait you're using, what kind of you were using a lead weight?
Yeah. So I was using this is a True Bass 3/4 ounce screw lock with a 6/0 owner. This sharp sticky hook.
Yes.
I was using 15-pound Cigar Red Label. The best line out there, and 7.4 dive with Tula heavy, and then a 7.3 1 gear SO dive with Tula as well. Okay. And that was just a great setup, and he was using the Dobbins, and they just work great, right. Especially when they eat it like they do too. You can just.
So you're fishing this area knowing you're going to go catch big fish. Your target is 25 plus pounds.
Right.
So how do you prepare your gear to catch those fish? You're not worried about the 2-pounder. So what do you do different with your gear prepared to get those 5, 6, 7, 8-pound fish?
Well, with that Red Label 15-pound, you just button them up, get your drag tight, and reel them in. And sometimes
it's open water, so there's
Yeah, and two, I mean, if I've got good line on for 3 days, I'm gonna leave it on because that's what works for me. You know,
Yes.
so that's good.
Guys, congratulations.
Thank you.
$12,500 on a one-day tournament.
Pretty good.
Hard to beat that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Folks, before you head on your next adventure, be sure to stop by your local Academy of Sports and Outdoors where you can find this gear and more.